in light of the events that have happened this week, the heinous assault of a young girl in the grounds of the City West Asylum Hub in Saggart in Dublin by a man who has been in Ireland for 6 years illegally, failed in his bid for asylum, was subject to a deportation order, and then not deported in March of this year, 7 months ago. And as a result of the inaction of the Irish government, a young girl has had her life altered because of that. And this is just one instance, certainly one documented instance, but one instance that we know about. And while the government are now talking, they're talking back. They're walking themselves back and saying, you know what, maybe we do need to have a civilized conversation about immigration. That's what Micheál Martin has said this week. And in light of the drubbing that the government's candidates got and the humiliation that they're now facing on the world stage as a result of the spoiled votes in the presidential election, where Catherine Comrade Connolly is going to be inserted into the position of president after a sham election, where pretty much 60% of the voters didn't turn out to vote. And the spoiled votes went up by a factor of 1,000%, from 1.5% to around 15%. Got a cobweb on my nose. Spiders have been busy on me tonight. Still, people continue to flood into Ireland illegally. And this is a video taken this morning by the legend Dublin Videos, or Dublin Media as he's now known, and you'll check the link in the description box underneath this video to get through to his channel that this is lifted from. But he went on a walkabout this morning down by the canal, and I've featured several of his walkabout videos before over the last few months, where he's been in this area, usually at night, you know, at great risk to his own life. And he walks around, document these tent cities that spring up along the canal in Dublin, right in the middle of the city. Not just one or two, but dozens upon dozens of men flooding into Dublin, going to International Protection Office and being issued with tents. NGOs are facilitating this. The government are facilitating this directly and or indirectly. These men then make their way off to wherever to pitch tent, to pitch a camp, and they usually congregate together, as you're going to see here. Who are these men? Who knows? Where are they coming from? Who knows? Are they criminals? Are they madmen? Who knows? Another government lie and perpetrated by Garda Síochána is, oh, everyone coming into Ireland is fingerprinted and vetted. We know who everyone is. That's complete trash. So what happens? What's the mechanics? People come in, they're issued with these tents, they file a claim for asylum. That could take however long. And in the meantime, here's where they go. They get an allowance. They go to places, they get food handouts and whatnot, and maybe end up in an IPAS centre like City West. And they're maybe just there until they're deported, until they get permanent residence, or until they commit a crime. So I'm making this video, I'm showing this video for awareness purposes. This is the mechanics of how this works. And despite all the talk from the government, and that's what they are, all talk, this is happening today on the day of the election results. Okay? And this is what is currently lining the canal in the middle of Dublin. Now, if you're a man or a woman or a child walking down around here in the daytime or in the evening time for that matter, would this make you feel safe? Would you feel comfortable here? Would you take a chance? Would you risk it? So let's see what's happening here on the ground.
October, Saturday, I'm just on the canal, and you can see here the tents are back. And just over a week since a young girl was raped up in City West by a man that should have been deported. We now have more people on the canal here in these tents to roam the canals.
to roam the canals. He's nailed it. To roam the canals. They've got a lot of time in their hands and nothing to do. So you're a group of men. You're sitting in a tent all day and all night. Got nothing to do. You're frustrated. You're in another country. No one knows who you are. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I'm just over here with them. How are you, buddy? You can see here. Tents.
Look at these tents.
Straight
Look
up
at
here
these
the moment.
tents. All paid for by the taxpayer, by the way. You're funding this.
As you can see. Winter time again. I mean, more tents, more tents, more tents. And before you know it, the buses will be down here picking them up. And here they are hiding behind the wall from me because they don't be recorded. You can see. Oh yeah! Said you wanted to come on the video, lads. No! You still want to come on now. You said you wanted to talk. No! Where are you from? You said you wanted to talk.
Like, look at this. Look at this shitty guy. Doesn't want his face to be seen. Doesn't want to talk. Doesn't want his voice to be heard. Now, imagine you're a woman or a man or a kid walking down past this encampment. Would you feel safe? Would you feel comfortable? And it's common knowledge that this is there. And Gordish, you kind of know these camps exist. And what do they do about it? Nothing. Then, after an event happens, and people get angry and people protest, there's hundreds of them. Hundreds of them out. Helicopters, riot gear, water cannon, public order units, pepper spray after something happens. After.
And now you still want to talk. You changed your mind, did you? Did you change your mind?
Look
What are
at
you hiding
that.
your face for? You said you wanted to come on the camera a minute ago, now you don't. There you go. I actually spoke to these lads before I took this video and they said they wanted to come on camera. And all of a sudden now they've changed their mind. They claim they're from Sweden. One of them has showed me a Swedish passport, but he's obviously got that passport in Sweden. And now they think they can roam down here and get the benefits.
Sweden, coming from Sweden, and I guarantee you they're not Swedish people. No one comes from Sweden, travels to Ireland and lives in a tent by the canal if they're a Swede, a native Swede. Sweden has been destroyed, completely destroyed over the last however many years with mass immigration, open borders, everyone welcome, destroyed. Ask any Swede what it's like in Stockholm or any of the other major cities. They've gone to the dogs, they've gone to hell. So now people are moving from Sweden and coming all the way to Ireland. What, passing over all those other countries to get here? Why are they doing that? Why are they doing that if there's nothing in it for them, if there's no benefit to them? Cut the benefits, you cut the travel. But no, the money's there, the money's there. The money's there for everybody but the Irish.
Better benefits, so come to Ireland. That's what's happening down here at the moment. So it's just on the canal where they gave me permission to film them, and then when they came on, they declined to show their faces. As I said, one of them showed me a Swedish passport, but now they've arrived here because their friends have told them to come here. As he says, come to Ireland, you'll get a house, you'll get $230, $240 a week. The NGO will be down here now in the next few hours, and they'll probably move them on out here. The house before the Irish.
See, this is the problem. This is the problem as well. These men are coming over here because they think they have an expectation that they're going to get ABC, and maybe some of them will get it eventually. But when they arrive and they're handed a tent in the autumn time, in October going into November time in Ireland, and it's cold and it's rainy, and they don't have a roof over their head, and they're not getting their food cooked, and they don't have a cleaner, and they're pitching by the canal with all their buddies and people from other countries that they don't know, they may have beef with. They get frustrated, they get angry, and then what happens? They get bored, they go roaming, as our friend said, they roam the canals. God help anyone that meets them at night if they've had a bad day. I don't know. I don't know any of those men, but that's the problem. Neither does the government. share this video. And if you're in that area, be careful out there. Leave me a comment below if that is your neck of the woods. Do you see these encampments yourself on your day-to-day travels? There's a lot of Dubliners listening to this channel. So leave me your thoughts and opinions below. Cut and paste this. Share it around, especially if you are from Dublin. Share it to other people in Dublin and let them know what the canal is like in terms of its habitat and the various species that are freely moving around that area. Wildlife, I'm talking about, of course. So leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel, share the content if you can, please. For now, definitely for now, until Monday morning, I'm Rick Munn. This is No Risk, No Reward Media, over and out.